This is Everything is Possible. My name is Ashlee Greer, and I help you live a life you love. Today we're going to talk about the fact that you can change the past. Now, I know that might sound kind of weird and kind of silly. How on earth can I change the past? That sounds impossible. Well, I guess technically you're not going to go back and rewrite the past like you would rewrite a book. But the thing you can do is you can rewrite your attitude about the past. You see, the past lives only in our memory. The past lives only in the way that we remember it. When we go back and we rehearse those memories, rehearsal is our fancy psychological term for replay them in our brain. When we go back and we rehearse those memories and we replay them in our mind, what we're doing is we are basically rewriting that experience over and over in our head. But we can actually go back and we can remember things in a bit of a different light. We can remember things through the lessons that we've learned. We can remember things through the positive experiences that we've perhaps gained, even though it was a challenging time, instead of focusing on the parts that were extremely challenging and that felt as though they were defeating. Let me give you an example. Let's say your business went through a really challenging time during its first year. You had a difficult time getting it off the ground. You felt as though you were extremely challenged. You felt unclear. You felt a lot of self-doubt. Now, you can go back and you can remember those things in terms of all the things you did wrong, in terms of all the things that were difficult and challenging, in terms of all of the struggle. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to feel a lot of shame about that first year of business. You're going to feel a lot of guilt about that first year of business. And all of that shame and guilt is going to be carried forward into your business from there on out. You're writing a story that says, I started this business from a place of difficulty, of challenge, of lack of confidence. Right? But instead, if you look back at that year and you say, you know what, I had some challenges for sure, but I also learned how to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I learned how to build confidence even when I felt down. I learned how to build a business from nothing. I learned how to persist when most people would quit. You know what? My business is built on hard work. It is built on passion. It is built on grit. And I know that I can overcome anything because of what I accomplished in that first year. Now, those were the same experiences told in a totally different light. I told a different story about the exact same thing. So guess what I just did? I rewrote the past. And by rewriting the past, I am rewriting my future. Because in the second instance, I'm allowing myself to build my business on this feeling of energizement, on this feeling of empowerment, on this feeling of I can do anything if I can see the lessons that I've learned from the difficulties that I've encountered, instead of what happened in the first way I told the story, which was, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so defeated by the way that my business started. I want to make sure nobody ever finds out about it. You see, how you tell your story about your past determines the way you tell your story about your present and about your future. It will help other people if you can reframe your past, and you can ultimately change the past by the way you narrate your story. You are powerful. You can tell your story any way you choose to. And I encourage you to learn from the past and look for those lessons and look for those silver linings instead of feeling defeated, ashamed, or guilty about the way things were. You can do it. I believe in you. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard today, please feel free to leave a comment and ask any questions you might have. If you want to feel more passion for life with a hell yes attitude, make sure you subscribe to this channel for daily updates.